everybody? This is Sean from Kai and my good friend Matty Grills. All the way from Bagara. We are at the Kiwana markets on a Saturday morning because Matt's down for the
Vegan Festival at Noosa.
Yeah. So I met Matt, when was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah, or even longer, yeah.
A couple of years ago I got an email and it was this guy, Matt Grills. I'm interested in starting my own espresso bar. I've been in coffee for a long time. Really passionate about it. Just wanted to find out some information about you guys, how you roast, etc. So then I think I hounded you like every couple of weeks for like a year.
Yeah.
I would send him an email, just catching up. How you doing, man? And kind of started a bit of a friendship to the point where he tell him the story. Like you kind of lined up a couple of options.
Man, there's a story. So I found out about Kai through Scal when they first opened.
Oh yeah, in Perugian.
Perugian, yeah, and then
Captain Kirk.
I think I think that's when I first found out about you guys. So it was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then when we decided to open the shop, it was a whole heap of hurdles to jump through, and the shop nearly didn't happen. And to be honest, it was my wife and Sean that gave me the push because we got to the last stage, and I was like, if this didn't pan out with the bank to get some finance, then the shop wasn't going to happen, and the finance didn't happen. And I was on the phone to Sean in tears and my wife, and they both were like, you got to make it happen. So if it wasn't for Sean and for my wife, then the Journey Bagara never would have happened. So yeah, we were just emailing backwards and forwards, and
that's kind of a cool point. Like, do you have any advice for people that they have like a dream and they got a vision, I want to start this thing, and then nothing seems to be opening? Because I remember you were processing that, like, look, if it's meant to be, the doors are going to open, and the doors sort of shut in your face. And then you were like, I was like, hey dude, don't let go of your dreams. Sometimes it's just a challenge or a hurdle you got to step over, walk through it. Like, what do you say now? What do you think now? Yeah. What do you think now, like in hindsight?
Look, if you want something bad enough, you just got to work to make it happen, you know, and hustle and really know within your heart that that's the dream that you want to chase. If you don't have that fully rooted within inside you, then it'll just drift away when hard times come or any struggle comes. So, and then having good people around you that believe in you and want to see you succeed. So
totally, yeah, 100%. So another kind of cool thing, when Matt started, he's an ultramarathon runner, or how do you class? What do you say?
Yeah, ultramarathon.
Yeah. So they run like hundreds of Ks every week, just in training, just for fun, and then do these massive races, which is like, what's technically an ultramarathon, is it?
Anything above 50K is basically an ultramarathon, but and anything beyond that.
So he says, hey man, I'm going to open my shop, and I think it'd be really cool to just do a bit of a fundraiser awareness thing and run to Kai from Bagara. So for all of you who are not from this area, it's basically running from Bundaberg, Queensland, to the Sunshine Coast, like the bottom of the Sunshine Coast, which was 100 and...
So it's 200 miles with 320
kilometers.
Just a little run in one push.
I'm just going to take a little jog down to Kai.
Well, that was another thing.
It's a 3.5 hour drive on the motorway, and he says, I'm just going to drive... Oh, my arm's getting tired. I'm just going to run down there.
Well, that was another thing we like...
I thought he was kidding at first.
Well, I wanted to have a go at running 200 miles for ages, and it was a fun adventure to do with my dad and a couple of mates, and we couldn't get finance, so we thought we'd put up a GoFundMe and try and get a little bit of funds to maybe try and get some gear or something.
So cool.
We also did a reward system where people donated any money, then they get free coffee when the shop opened. So yeah, it was just a win-win for everyone, except maybe me running.
Except for me running.
Yeah.
No, but then he comes in, and that was when I first kind of figured out Matt is vegan, and he was like, "Can you get us some?" You know, I was like, "What do you want, like at the finish line? You know, like, do you want a bunch of food? Do you want beer?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah, man, maybe just a couple beers and just some light food. Like, we're all sort of vegans." And I was like, "What does that mean?" What's a vegan?
I'm hopeless because I don't drink and I'm vegan, so that was basically the beers were for the boys.
So I'm like walking through the like shopping center, going like, okay, I can't get sandwiches with meat. I can't go to like, can't get like what? I didn't even like. Yeah, what do you eat? Yeah, I think I got some nuts.
Yeah. And we had ginger beer.
And ginger beer.
Yeah, and coffee. So it was like, it was
It's
set.
heaven. But he just runs in, and he's not even like breathing heavy. He just like sits down. He's like, "Hey, let's talk about the shop, dude. This is what I need. This gear and this." I'm like, "You just ran here." Just full of energy. And that just kind of piqued my mind to where I was like, "What the heck is veganism?" And that started a conversation for us where. Now, so when we opened the shop, what was the launch day? Was right before Christmas, right?
We did a
Christmas.
soft open at Christmas Eve 2016, and then official open date was Boxing Day 2016.
So this is year 2.
Yeah, like
Just
nearly a
finished.
year and a half coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they opened and ran out of coffee, I think, right? It was like...
We ran out of coffee in 10 days. We did like 40 kilos in 10 days.
In the first week.
First
Which
week.
is like every new coffee shop's dream.
It was
to get to that point.
It was
And they
so
just opened
stressful.
there.
It was
And
so
it was just
stressful.
you and your wife, right?
Yeah, and like I fully like grabbed friends and I'm like, can you come
just-
and help us?
Can you just take people's
Because
money?
we have no staff and we don't know what we're doing. So
rad. And that journey was pretty cool because you got like a customized La Mazzocco from Spec Design down
Spec,
in
yeah.
Melbourne. What else? It was like kind of like community effort, right? You had some friends that were builders and
yeah, it
helped
really
you
was.
guys out.
We supported like there's a girl who's a builder on the in Brizzy. I come across her and she built some furniture for us, and then my mate painted the whole shop for us, and a friend who I'd met through a previous coffee shop, he's a builder and he did the fit out, and it really was a community project, and it still is like such a community vibe and beautiful atmosphere there, and everyone pitches in if we need any help, and it was really special. Yeah.
So it's really awesome if you're in the Bundaberg area. Bagara is like this epic little beach town, like just outside of Bundaberg. How far is it? Like 20 minutes? 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
And they've got really good food. They got a lot of great like vegan options. Do you have non-vegan options, or is it?
No, so we a bit of a like business decision for us was everything in the shop is vegan. All the food, we don't advertise it as such because it's just good food and people like it, and they often don't know the difference. We have raw treats, some cold drinks, some smoothies, and then we do have dairy milk. But we have a bit of a unique thing there where we offer a discount for non-dairy milks instead of a surcharge. So to try and encourage people to try the non-dairies, and we probably
normal like shop would be 50 cents to $1 extra if you wanted soy or if you wanted almond milk or coconut, but you guys actually discount people.
Yeah. So we have a 20-cent discount for non-dairy milks, and then a 20-cent discount for bringing your own cup. So
cool.
Trying to encourage that as well, and we've seen like, I don't know hard figures, but when we started we were probably doing like 5% non-dairy milk, and now we probably do, I would say 30 to 40%.
Wow.
Non-dairy milk. So
cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
We next time you're in that area, it's just beautiful as well. Like there's a bunch of sea turtles, right? That habitat there.
Yeah, Monrepo is like the turtle center of Queensland and Australia pretty much, and you can come and see them lay, and it's a really cool little coastal town. We love living there. Drive through Bundy and just go to Bagara.
Yeah, make sure though you stop at the Bundaberg Ginger Beer Factory.
Yeah, that's right. It's good.
I might have done a whole road trip just to go there one time about 8 years ago. So I think that one of the things that was attractive about Matt's vegan life was that he wasn't like pushing it on me when we first started talking about it. It just kind of piqued my interest. Like, wait, you're an ultra-marathon runner, but you don't eat meat? Like, where do you get your protein? Do you have an iron deficiency? Where do you get your vitamin B12? And these are kind of common things that people ask, but that sparked in me just a big interest in like this whole lifestyle. Matt turned me on to some really good docos like What the Health, super famous doco on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, check that one out. And then Rich Roll, his a fellow Californian, lives outside of Malibu, and I've been listening to his podcast now for almost like 3 months, I think. And I think What the Health kind of freaked me out and inspired me a little bit. My wife really got on board, became 100% vegan for the last year and a half. And then for me, it's been a journey of just like slow process and kind of rebelling and not wanting to get rid of that meat or eggs or dairy. And then about at Christmas this year, just was like not feeling great and getting a little older, 37 this year, and thought I want to just really do a revamp on my health, and so I started eating a ton of protein shakes, chicken, beef, all that stuff, and eating really clean and organic. And I wasn't losing weight, I was getting fatter. And I was trying to be like, I'm eating so healthy, what the heck? And then I started what the health? So then I watched that doco again, and then I started watching Rich Roll's stuff, and it just really, some of the science behind it. I think for me it was seeing someone who's just a totally, super intellectual guy interviewing really intellectual medical professionals. A lot of his podcast is legitimate sources of information, and going, wow, this is really challenging my kind of core beliefs and ideologies about food and about what I eat and my health. And so I just did it 100% cold turkey, no like half foot in, half foot out. And within the last, it's been 2.5 months now, down 12 kilos, which is almost 30 pounds. And I don't think I've ever felt better in my life.
So inspirational, man. Like stories like that, and we've had,
hold this with this hand.
We've had a heap of similar stories at the shop. It's just, it keeps me motivated seeing guys like you just completely turn your health around, and you look amazing.
I paid him to say that.
That's not true.
It's a free kilo.
But yeah, it's really inspirational, and like Rich Roll is one of my life heroes, and his whole family and his ethos and the way he lives his life and the sporting achievements that he's achieved.
Yeah,
it really is amazing, and to see your transformation and your consciousness improve, and yeah, it's really cool, man. I'm really stoked that I could be a small part of that.
Big part.
Yeah. It's really good.
No, really awesome. So today, I don't know if it'll be today when I post this up online, but Matt's going to be speaking at the Vegan Festival in Noosa.
Yeah.
As one of several athletes, right, who are sharing kind of about being an athlete and being a vegan on that journey. So might capture a little bit of that footage, but just wanted to introduce you. If you're in Bagara, you got to check out their shop. It's amazing. Great coffee, great people, good community.
Shop's the
explain how to find it. It's hidden.
It's hidden. So it's in an alley. It's if you go into Bagara, it's not a big place. There's a pub on the left
like
when you go in.
One street.
Straight across the road.
Side street.
There's a little alleyway. You'll probably hear me and smell the coffee before you find the shop.
Oh, it smells like the nectar of the gods.
Yeah. But if you check out the Journey Bagara on social media, and then if anyone wants to drop me a line or ask any questions about running, veganism, the shop, whatever, my handle is Adventures and Activism, and I'd love to talk to you guys. But thanks heaps, man. I was stoked to catch up with you and hang out today, and hopefully we can hit a Elixir bar tonight.
Yeah. Vegan restaurant.
Yeah. But it's super stoked to be here and hanging out with you.
Cool, man.
Blessing, man.
Awesome. All right. Catch you guys later.